In this demonstration we're going to look at compressing and uncompressing files. We'll also have a look at the effect of the flags set against the files or folders. So all I've done here is I've just created two folders. I've got one called compressed files and I've got one called uncompressed files. Just because the folders are called this doesn't actually mean that's what they do. So what I'm going to do here first off is I'm just going to go for my compressed files folder. We'll just come to the properties, and then within the properties what we're going to do here is we're going to turn on compression. So in order to do that we just click on the advanced button. And what we'll do here is we'll compress the contents to save disk space. We'll then click OK, and then we'll click OK again, and that has now changed to compressed. We can see that it's now changed to a blue colour from a black colour. So now that we've done all of that, what we're going to do is just copy some files into this compressed files or into this compressed files folder. So what I'm going to do at this point, I've actually opened up Windows Explorer to Microsoft Office. We're just going to take these 5 files here. What we'll do at this point here is we'll just copy these files, take these files, and what we'll do here is we'll then just paste them into our compressed files folder. And as we can see here, they're all compressed. We can tell they're compressed because they're blue. They've taken on the attribute of the folder. Next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to move a compressed file actually into the uncompressed files folder, just so we can see what happens when we move a file from one location to the other. So what I've done here, I've just actually opened up another Windows Explorer window just through to the uncompressed files, and all we're going to do here is we're going to drag this file here, we're going to drag that there, and we're just going to move it to uncompressed files. Now that's moved across, if we open it up and have a look at the properties, click on advanced, what we can see is one of the things that happens when we move a file, it retains its compression status. So click OK at this point here, click OK again. And the next thing we'll have a look at what happens when we copy a file. So we'll just right click on this file here, which is compressed in the compressed files folder. We'll click copy. We'll come back to uncompressed and we'll click paste. Now the interesting thing to notice here, because we've copied the file, it actually takes on the compression status of the folder we copied into. So just to summarize, when we move, we retain compression status. When we copy, we inherit the compression status from the parent folder. Well, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to take the 2 files actually sitting here in the uncompressed files folder, and what we're going to do is we're going to put these actually into a compressed folder. So we'll come back to project documents, we'll right click at this point here, and one of the things we can do if we click on send to here is we can actually send all of these files to a compressed zip folder. So what we'll do just before we do that, we'll have a look at the space in use. So what we can see here, we're taking up 12.8 kilobytes, so click OK here. We'll right click, and what we'll do here is we'll send these files to a compressed zip folder. What we'll do here is we'll call this compressed files zip. Hit enter at this point here, and we've now compressed these files up. So if we right click and have a look at the properties, slightly less space used, not a massive amount of less space used, but there's slightly less. But we still have the ability within Windows Explorer to come into the folder, highlight the files, and do something with the files. So that's the end of the demonstration of having a look at compression and uncompressed files. Thanks very much.